Welcome to Abundant Living Lab. Today, we will dive right into the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of assumption, frequencies of vibrations, and how our thoughts and imagination can accelerate us closer to our goals or repel them. Listen closely, over and over again, and switch your vibration to be in harmony with what you want and match that which you want, and you will achieve your every goal. The law of attraction is the underlying principle which governs the level of your personal prosperity. However, to help you achieve a really solid grasp of this concept, it will be necessary for us to focus briefly on another law, namely the law of vibration. The law of vibration accounts for the difference between mind and matter, between the physical and the non-physical worlds. According to the law of vibration, we postulate that everything vibrates or moves. Nothing sits idle. Everything is in a constant state of motion, and therefore there is no such thing as inertia or a state of rest. From the most ethereal to the most gross form of matter, everything is in a constant state of vibration. Moving from the lowest to the highest degree of vibration, we discover there are literally millions upon millions of intervening levels or degrees. From the electron to the universe, everything is in vibratory motion. Energy is manifested in all the varying degrees of vibration. Rates of vibration are called frequencies, and the higher the frequency, the more potent the force. Since thought is one of the highest forms of vibration, it is very potent in nature, and therefore it must be understood by all of us. Now, the law of vibration may be explained in many different ways, depending upon the purpose for which it is being explained. To obtain a more graphic conceptualization of the idea of vibration, just stretch out one of your arms straight in front of you. Then hold it perfectly still. While you are holding it still and are unable to perceive any motion in that arm at all, know that the electrons which compose the arm are moving, shaking, quivering, or vibrating at the rate of 186,300 miles per second. The arm appears still to you, but in reality, it is in a constant state of motion. Of course, although such motion is imperceptible to the naked eye, under a high-powered microscope it would become very apparent indeed. Now, begin to shake your arm. You, yourself, are now causing the arm to vibrate. It was already vibrating of its own accord, in obedience to the law of vibration, which teaches that everything is in constant motion. But you have stepped up or increased the rate of that vibration. You have pushed down on the vibratory accelerator pedal, as it were. Positive and negative personalities. People, as a rule, can be classified as positive personalities, optimists, or negative personalities, pessimists. Those individuals who are positive in their thoughts always tend to look upon the brighter side of life. With their faces turned toward the sunshine, they attempt to see the good, even in the bad. Such individuals habitually think thoughts of a positive nature, and they are a blessing to the world. They are in a positive vibration, and therefore attract other positive personalities to them. Negative personalities, on the other hand, habitually look upon the dark, gloomy, and depressing side of life. Even the good holds some bad for them. They dwell on the bad and the negative. They think about it, anticipate it, expect it, and invariably they receive what they have been seeking. Due to the negative vibration which they keep themselves in, they of course attract other miserable personalities to them. As you are already aware, misery loves company. Negative personalities are depressing to everyone around them. Their faces take on the expression in physical form of the negative thoughts which they are holding in their minds. Each day, one can observe such individuals passing on the street. No cheer, no joy radiates from them, just gloom, frowns, and hostility. Having created their own hell for themselves, they seem to enjoy wallowing in it. The law of polarity and relativity states that for every positive, there is an equal and opposite negative. Therefore, both of these personality types are necessary so you can develop the awareness to distinguish one from the other and, in that manner, choose the one which will advance you in life. You do have free will. You can choose which of these two personality types you wish to adopt. Therefore, if a person is constantly negative but tires of that state, the person may, through awareness and proper effort, change himself into a positive personality type of individual. Understand this. The law of vibration will give people the awareness they require to make the personality changes they desire. The brain is the part of the body where all manner of frequencies are transformed from one frequency level into another. In the brain, for example, sensations are transformed into muscular action. Sound, heat, light, and thought are also, each in their turn, transformed into other frequencies, each affecting the body. Within the brain, there are centers which control and regulate the functioning of all organs and parts of the body. By means of the proper stimulation of these centers, the functioning of the organs may thereby be controlled. In our seminars, we refer to this phenomenon as the vibratory control of the body. In the final analysis, the brain is simply a vibratory instrument. To begin to understand its functioning, you must undertake the study of the law of vibration. Since the early 1940s, we have had at our disposal the EEG, electroencephalograph, which reads the electrical activity of the brain, and the ECG, electrocardiograph, which traces the electrical changes which occur during heart contractions. Therefore, vibrations are certainly not something which are new to us. Indeed, all of us have an awareness of them. However, the problem which we encounter is that the vast majority of people are not aware of the connection between their vibrations and their results in life. It is, unfortunately, a very common sight to see people in bad or confused vibrations, busily attempting, through force, to achieve good results. However, due to the negative vibration which they are in, they are continually being bombarded by all manner of negative people and situations, which, by law, are being attracted to them. Consequently, at some point, their battle must become overwhelming. For you to gain a better awareness of how you are to take control over your results, that is, to better understand how and why the thoughts and things come into your life as they do, you must go back to the basic premise with which we started. Namely, everything vibrates and nothing stands still. There is, in truth, no such thing as inertia. Scientists today support this thesis, and every new scientific discovery tends to lend even more credibility to it. However, by virtue of your free will and the many other mental factors in your marvelous mind, you have the co-creative ability to cause vibratory changes to take place at your bidding in your life. The cause for our lack of ability to exercise this tremendous power for good is nothing other than our own ignorance about the law of vibration. Slowly but surely, let us see with our inner eye of understanding how you may connect with the good that you desire to improve the quality of your own life. Two objects whose electromagnetic fields are the same are operating on the same frequency. Therefore, we can say they are in resonance, in harmony, or in rapport. When two objects are in resonance or vibrating at the same speed, the vibratory rate may be transmitted from one to the other through the medium of the electron. Resonance, as a field of study, is concerned with the electromagnetic fields surrounding objects. For example, we find a globe in a chandelier will vibrate when in resonance with a certain key on a piano. Yet, it will not vibrate to any other note on the piano keyboard. The two objects under discussion are composed of entirely different material, and they have completely different shapes. Still, they are in resonance with one another, due to the fact their ultimate magnetic fields are the same. They are within the same sphere of relative motion, and this holds true irrespective of their size, shape, or the elements of which they are composed. All electromagnetic waves, or quantums, have their own particular rate or frequency, which corresponds to the number of changes in direction they make per second. The electromagnetic wave spectrum is simply a scale of vibration. Nevertheless, one must always remember, these regions are not actual divisions, but merely arbitrary spaces covering frequencies that manifest in our senses in different ways. Each region actually blends into the one above and the one below, and in truth, there are no definite lines of demarcation. Everything in this entire universe is connected to everything else in this entire universe through the law of vibration. Just as the colors in a rainbow are connected in such a way that you are not able to tell where one color stops and the other begins, so too are you unable to distinguish where one thing starts and another one stops. Everything in this universe is connected to everything else in this universe, just as the water that boils is connected to the steam into which it transmutes, and the steam is connected to the ether or air into which it changes. You too are connected to everything in the universe. Whether you can see it with the naked eye or not is unimportant. The only physical difference which exists between one thing and another relates to the density or the amplitude of their vibration. Therefore, as soon as you choose certain thoughts, your brain cells are affected. These cells vibrate and send off electromagnetic waves. When you concentrate on those thoughts, you increase the amplitude of the vibration of those cells, and the electric waves, in turn, become much more potent. Know that it is you who is originating those electric waves, and know that you are also determining the density of them by your own free will. You must also know, since you are originating these electric waves, your whole being is being put in that particular vibration. We have already covered the point that two objects may be of entirely different material and shape, and yet still be in resonance. This is due to the fact their ultimate magnetic fields are the same because they are within the same sphere of relative motion. Keep in mind that resonance is the factor governing the transmutation of vibrations. When you hold the image of your goal on the screen of your mind in the present tense, you are vibrating in harmony, in resonance, with every particle of energy necessary for the manifestation of your image on the physical plane. By holding that image, those particles of energy are moving toward you, attraction, and you are moving toward them, because that is the law. All things are merely manifestations of energy or spirit. When the world comes to understand this great truth, we will be aware that all people are the same. They only appear to be different. The true dividing lines for mankind are not borders, color, or language, but simply ignorance and its polar opposite understanding. This concludes the intro to this session. Stay tuned for your next one.